ఇంకా ఈరోజు KPMG chairman John Weilmeyer, I had also met him this afternoon. KPMG is also now going to work with us to ensure that our Global Investors Summit, which will be held in February in Hyderabad, will also be a success. We have started planning already in that direction, and KPMG has consented to also partner with us in this growth story. So, నిన్నటి నుంచి ఈ రోజు వరకు చాలా మంది ముఖ్యులతోని కలవడం జరిగింది. నిన్న ఇంకొక ముఖ్యమైన విషయం, బోయింగ్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ చైర్మన్ మార్క్ అలన్ అని చెప్పేసి వాషింగ్టన్ డీసీలో we had a very interesting meeting with the government of India opening up FDI, foreign direct investment into defense and aerospace. I am of the firm opinion and firm belief that Hyderabad is set for a takeoff, poised for a wonderful takeoff. And already meeku telusuntundi, I'll go through a quick presentation. I just wanted to merely present some facts and figures to you firstly before we get to an informal session. My request to all of you is, let's keep this informal. While the cameras are rolling, I'll try to be formal. When the cameras are off, we'll request them to actually give us some time. Then we can have an informal Q&A session as well, and we can take it forward. First, like I was saying, I'll just quickly dwell on a couple of slides out here. Rashtra, మరి 60 సంవత్సరాల పోరాటంతో ఫామ్ అయిన విషయం మీ అందరికీ కూడా తెలుసు. It's one of the largest people's movements in contemporary political history of not just the country but the world. ఈరోజు కొత్త రాష్ట్రం మీద ఆశలు ఉన్నాయి. కాకపోతే మనకి ఇప్పుడున్న పరిస్థితుల్లో మనకున్న ఛాలెంజెస్ ఏంటి, మనకున్న ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఏంటి, మన వీక్నెసెస్ ఏంటి, మనకుండే థ్రెట్స్ ఏంటి, స్వాట్ అనాలిసిస్ కూడా మనం చేసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. డెఫినెట్గా మన ఇంట్లో ఒక కొత్త బేబీ పుడితే, బాబో పాపో పుడితే మొదటి 5 సంవత్సరాలు ఎంత కీలకమో, ఒక కొత్త రాష్ట్రం పుట్టిన తర్వాత కూడా, కొత్త రాష్ట్రం ఆవిర్భవించిన తర్వాత కూడా మొట్టమొదటి 5 సంవత్సరాలు చాలా కీలకం. ఎందుకంటే దీస్ 5 years actually set the tone for the days to come, the future that will follow. So the first 5 years, we are not wanting to build, we're not wanting to build images of people, images of leaders. We want to build processes. We want to institutionalize these processes. This afternoon, somebody asked me. I was telling the vice president, vice chairman from Citigroup. We had a meeting this afternoon. He was asking me. I said, there are only 2 states in our country, India, which are revenue surplus. One is Gujarat, the other one is Telangana. And this is not my statement. 14th Finance Commission of India has recently submitted a report stating that out of the 29 states in Indian Union, only 2 states are revenue surplus. Like I said, Gujarat and Telangana. So this gentleman immediately asked me a question. He said, what is the difference between Gujarat and Telangana? How would you say in terms of a competitive index, how would you rate Telangana versus Gujarat? Firstly, I told him it's an unfair comparison because we've only been around for 11 months, whereas Gujarat has been around for 30 plus years, I think now, after 1960s. And I also told him Gujarat is well known. The Gujarati community is omnipresent, and omnipotent also, if you ask me. In fact, they've done wonders for their state. They've really channeled in a lot of wealth back into their state. They are known for their entrepreneurial capabilities, abilities. ఎక్కడైనా కూడా ప్రపంచంలో ఆఫ్రికా పైన మన గుజరాతీలు మాత్రం తగులుతారు, అది మనందరికీ కూడా తెలుసు. కాబట్టి ఆయన చెప్పినాను, దిస్ ఇస్ అన్ అన్ఫేర్ కంపారిజన్, బట్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ ఐ టెల్ యూ వన్ థింగ్. Gujarat has done well over the last 15-20 years, especially. They've shown the way to the rest of the country, the rest of the Indian states, other Indian states. But the fact remains, Gujarat always had made progress for 2 reasons. One, their diaspora has been extremely active. Their diaspora across the world, in fact, has been able to make an impact. When you talk about Gujaratis as a community, as a state, one would, without a doubt, have to come to the conclusion that the entrepreneurial ability and the enterprising nature, it really is in their genes, in fact. And whenever there was a chief minister who was actually able to articulate, who was actually able to tap into that potential, Gujarat has done exceedingly well. In fact, Honorable Prime Minister, before he became the Prime Minister, was the Chief Minister of Gujarat for almost 15 years. And when he was the Chief Minister, lot of activity, economic activity that happened in Gujarat pretty much circled around him. He operated like a Chief Executive Officer. He went out of his way to reach out to industrialists, to reach out to the corporates out there, really solicited them into, just to give you a quick example. When Tata Motors had decided to move out of Singur, West Bengal, we all know the story why they wanted to move out. అక్కడి నుంచి బయటికి వస్తాము అనుకోగానే అప్పుడు మన ముఖ్యమంత్రి ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్కి రోషయ్య గారు లేచి ఇట్లా ఒకటి జరుగుతోంది అని తెలుసుకునే లోపలనే Narendra Modi swooped in. Immediately he latched on to the opportunity that there was, and immediately he took them to Gujarat and he made it happen. The point is, the fact of matter is, in today's world, the competition is not between countries. It's not India versus China versus Korea anymore. The competition to attract investment is between states, is between cities. It's not anymore India versus China. It's Chennai versus Shanghai. It's Hyderabad versus, it could be New York, it could be Dallas, whatever it is. So the fact remains, wherever the leadership has been agile, things have happened. But I pointed out this to this gentleman that asked me the question. I said, the fact remains that Modi has made a difference in Gujarat, but we do not want our policy. We do not want Telangana to be dependent on individuals. Today, we have had the opportunity, we have received the blessing of the people of Telangana. Therefore, we are in the driver's seat. KTR గారి నాయకత్వంలో ఈరోజు మనం ఉన్నాం. కానీ ప్రజాస్వామ్యంలో ఎప్పుడైనా ఏదైనా జరగవచ్చు. రేపు ఇంకొకరు రావచ్చు, ఎల్లుండి ఇంకొకరు రావచ్చు. ఎప్పుడైతే మనం వ్యక్తుల మీద ఆధారపడడం ప్రారంభిస్తామో, ఎప్పుడైతే మనం లీడర్ల చుట్టూ పాలసీలు అల్లడం మొదలు పెడతామో, ఎప్పుడైతే వ్యక్తి స్వామ్యాన్ని నిర్మించి వ్యక్తులకు వ్యక్తి పూజ చేసే కల్చర్ని తీసుకొని వస్తామో, యాజ్ అ స్టేట్ విల్ ఫెయిల్. That's why I told them that we are process driven and we want to institutionalize some processes and some systemic changes forever. ఈ ఐదేళ్ళు చాలా కీలకం. అందుకే that's why we mentioned here, we are committed to building institutions, not personalities and cult leaders. Personalities and cult leaders మనం పెంచుకోవాలంటే పెంచుకోలేము, వద్దనుకుంటే ఆగదు. ఎంతసేపు మనం మీడియాలోనే బతుకుదాం, మీడియానే మనల్ని లీడర్స్ తయారు చేయాలంటే కుదరదు. Ultimately people will remember you for what you've done, for what legacy you've left and what kind of an impression you've left in their life. So therefore మేము ఈరోజు మన ప్రభుత్వం, మన తెలంగాణ ప్రభుత్వం ప్రాసెస్ బిల్డింగ్ కి కట్టుబడి ఉంది. అందులో ముఖ్యంగా చెప్పాలి అంటే మనం we have come out with a historic legislation. We are the youngest state in India today. We are the newest kid on the block. We are the new kid on the block. In fact, I kept telling everybody who I met for the last 6 months that I called our state a startup state. We are a startup state in the Indian context. 11 నెలలుగా మాత్రమే మనం ఈరోజు ఆవిర్భవించిన రాష్ట్రం. 11 నెలల్లో చాలా రకాల ప్రోగ్రెస్ కూడా మనం చేయడం జరిగింది. Can we go to the next slide? The Telangana state industrial policy which we have brought out has some revolutionary concepts in there. Unlike any other state in India, we have come out with what is called the TS iPass. TS iPass stands for Telangana State Industrial Project Approval and Self-Certification System. The fact is, no other state in India or no other country, in fact, I think, can boast of this. What this means essentially, the self-certification system is if you as an investor, one of you as an investor, wants to come into Telangana and set up an enterprise. If you believe, if you are completely confident that you will be complying to the law of the land, then you do not even have to apply for a clearance. You can come in, you can actually start working on your enterprise. And you obviously have to get clearances. The clearances can come in due course of time. This is unprecedented in Indian context. No other state in India today can boast of this. స్వీయ ధృవీకరణ అంటే నేను ఖచ్చితంగా నేను పెట్టబోయే పరిశ్రమ మనకి అక్కడ ఉండే చట్టాలకు అనుగుణంగా ఉంటుంది అనుకుంటే తప్పకుండా డైరెక్ట్గా వచ్చి ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసుకునే ఒక ఎబిలిటీని, ఒక అవకాశాన్ని, ఒక ఫ్లెక్సిబిలిటీని. ఎందుకంటే మీకు తెలుసు మొన్ననే వరల్డ్ బ్యాంక్ ఇండియాని రేట్ చేసింది. అంటే దే రేట్ ఆల్ కంట్రీస్ ఆన్ a scale on the criterion of ease of doing business.